What up, what up? This your boy P9 reporting live from downtown Nashville, Tennessee on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Beautiful yet hot Friday afternoon, might I add. It's extremely hot out, over 90 degrees, but we're gonna make the best of it regardless. This heat wave, you just have to weather it out, stay hydrated, and yeah, enjoy it the best you can. But anyway, I'm at the corner of 4th and Church Street by the Courtyard Marriott. See Courtyard Marriott right here. I'll let this noise go by. Once again, I'm reporting live from downtown Nashville at the corner of 4th and Church Street, over here by the Courtyard Marriott. Is where we will start this walking tour. So walking down Church Street now. Walking down Church Street, and we are approaching a section of downtown known as Printer's Alley. So Printer's Alley, it looks like there's a collection of pubs and bars. It's pretty much like a nightlife district right here in the heart of Nashville. You can see we have little scooters. Go ahead and cross this street right here. Now we're at the corner of Church and 3rd Street. 3rd Avenue rather. A couple blocks down, as you're about to find out, we're approaching the area around the Cumberland Riverfront, and across from that is the Nissan Stadium, which is where the Tennessee Titans NFL professional team plays their home games. Excuse me. Now Nashville is popularly known as Music City, USA. So this is pretty much where country music This is the like country music like haven of America, if you will. It may have been the birthplace of country music, if I'm not mistaken, but the Country Music Hall of Fame is located here in Nashville. We're gonna go around that area a little later, but you'll see a little later on why they call Nashville Music City, USA. So we're getting ready to cross over here. We're actually at a three-way intersection of Church Street, Gay Street, and First Avenue. I'm gonna go ahead and cross over here. And again, we're approaching the Cumberland River. So I'm gonna turn around and you can see like a little bit of the downtown area, like a few of the buildings. There's much more than that, but this is just a view from Church Street. See, there goes Nissan Stadium, which is the home of the Tennessee Titans, as you can see. And there goes the Cumberland River right here. And this is known as the Cumberland River Greenway. So there's a couple of benches over here, as you can see, where you can sit down and grab some shade in this extremely hot summer afternoon. Plenty of shade over here. Much needed shade. As you can see, yep, this is right here by the riverfront. All right. I'm not quite sure what this is. But I'm about to find out. Looks like a cabin or something. It's like a cabin, an old cabin that is right here by the riverfront. And down over here is the Riverfront Park. So you can get a much closer view of the river down there. But let me go ahead and come back over this way. Okay, looks like this might have been an Indian mound. It looks like an Indian mound. So see, it says right here, the native peoples have lived in the Cumberland River Valley for thousands of years. Though no formal history of the region's earliest civilizations was recorded, the remains of their presence are visible today in the form of archaeological sites and landscape features associated with settlements, rituals, and burials. So basically, this is just where this is like a burial ground and like a ritual ground, and basically the Indian mounds. This is very sacred land for the mound builders that were here, the indigenous people of this area, which looks like the Mississippians. So right around this area, right along the river, they established basically a community for the tribes. They also planted crops, things that could grow alongside a riverfront. So this is a very, very important monument for the native Indians. Here's a plaque that commemorates this particular site. It's called Fort Nashville. So this particular structure was constructed in the late 18th century between 1780 and 1781, and was originally known as the French Lick or Bluff Station. So basically this is just built to protect to protect the soldiers from you know, encounters from different Indian tribes such as the Chickamauga, Cherokee, Delaware, Chickasaw, and Creeks. So back during that time there were a lot of Indian wars and it was just and invasions and things of that nature. A lot of bloodshed, unfortunately, but that is part of the history. So carrying on, still on First Avenue. And there goes the Riverfront Park down here. Check that out. They have a tractor. Oh wow, they have like a party tractor called the Nashville tractor. And there goes one of the tour buses, actually one of the old town trolley tours. You'll see that a lot in cities like Nashville, you know, very, very big cities that happen to be along you know, a riverfront. Those riverfront cities are very, very popular for trolleys and things of that nature. But here's a few flower beds right here, Riverfront Park. Not much to see, just the riverfront. It's like a few people over there in the distance, you know, rowboating across the river. It's a really, really nice day to do that. Trying to stay in the shade as much as I possibly can. I mean, that is your best bet, because this sun will scorch you alive. And this humidity too, the humidity doesn't make it any better. That's where a lot of the the heat index is coming from, the humidity. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. They have what's called a pedal tavern. So apparently this is it's a tavern that you can pedal. It's a mobile tavern. It's pretty deep. It's pretty neat. I've never seen anything like this. You can literally get on here, get your drinks, consume your alcohol, and pedal. That's interesting. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Then you have a bike station where you could scan this little barcode right here, and you can actually have to access it through an app. Activate the bicycles through an app, and you can ride and pay to ride this bike around the city. Pretty interesting, pretty cool what you can do with technology nowadays. You know, electric bikes. So if you're into being more green and energy efficient and also healthy at the same time, get your cardiovascular up, then, you know, hey, how y'all doing? Good. You can get your exercise on through the bicycles. Pretty neat. Look at that. Check this out. Picking back where I left off, my GoPro shut down automatically because in order to protect it from overheating. So I like that it did that to protect the camera. That's pretty dope. So I'm basically right now just recording from an angle where there's a lot of shade to keep it as cool as possible, to keep it from overheating and to keep it from getting too hot to the point where I have to shut down automatically again. This is one of the downsides of recording during a bright hot summer day, is that you can potentially fry your camera from the extreme heat from outside. So anyway, again, this is pretty cool right here. See, over here they have the double-decker bus, so it's like a sightseeing bus for tourists. And there goes a little party bike where people are. Yeah, it's pretty cool that they interact with me, you know. They see cameras. It's pretty dope. But yeah, this is a sightseeing bus, tour bus, double-decker. Let me proceed. I'm not sure what this is. I think this is like where you could actually purchase tickets. Yeah, this is where you can purchase tickets for the sightseeing bus. As you can see, they have a little the little clock right here. So this is basically like the little enclosure. Oh, there's plenty of shade over here. Plenty of shade. There goes the Bank of America Tower right there, and right next to it, the Pinnacle building. I'm not sure what bridge this is. It goes over the river. I don't know the name of the actual bridge, and I'm not sure how to even get up there, but it looks like a pedestrian bridge from what I see a few people walking across the bridge. This is what I like about cities like this, is because you have a lot of options as far as exercise. That you can bike, you can walk, you can ride your scooter. It's pretty neat. I've always had like I said, I've always loved riverfront, like cities with riverfronts in them. Cities like Montgomery, cities like Chattanooga, St. Louis. I throw Memphis in there. Louisville. I go on and on. There's so many of them. Tupelo, I believe Tupelo is another riverfront city in Mississippi. It's my first time ever visiting downtown Nashville, and when I tell you this city is lit, I mean this city is lit. And it's like that during the daytime. So if it's like that, if it's lit like this during the daytime in this high heat, I can only imagine how it is at night when it cools down. I know it, man, I could imagine this city's lit at night. They know how to have fun out here in Nashville. I can tell you that right now. I like this sculpture right here. This is pretty dope. I wonder what the name of this sculpture is. It looks like a snake. It's shaped like a snake. I think they have some information right here. I think it's like a little plaque. Yeah, here it is. It's called The Light Meander by Laura Haddad and Tom Drugan, 2015. So this sculpture has been up here for 8 years. Shout out to those individuals who sculpted this. This thing is dope. Like this really caught my attention. You can tell this city, they invested a lot of money in sculpturing and infrastructure in this city, making sure it's really, really nice for tourists. That's what you have to, that's what you need to do. If you're gonna be, if you're gonna oversee a city, you may as well, you know, to keep them tourism dollars coming in, you may as well keep up with the sculptures and beautify the area. You see they have a riverfront park right here. That's, you know, so they keep up, they do a good job in maintaining the green space. This is where your money is right here. So that's pretty dope. I like that. Here's a little random placard or little sign right here that illustrates the benefits of urban trees. And that's true. I mean, when you're in a city where there's a lot of congestion, you need as much oxygen and clean air as you can possibly get. I mean, the more greenery you have, the more value it also adds to the city. So that makes sense. It balances it out because, you know, downtown, most downtowns, especially downtown Nashville, there's a lot of traffic, a lot of cars, you know. So that adds to the carbon footprint for all my tree huggers out there. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. It adds to the carbon footprint where there's a ton of cars downtown in one area, congestion in one area at a time. So the trees, you know, having all these trees balance it out, gives you more oxygen and things of that nature. So Just thought I'd throw that in there. Oh, by the way, here is another music venue in Nashville. Again, Music City is what Nashville is known as. You see right here is what's called the Ascend Amphitheater. Looks like they might be having an event today. So I see some of the staff bringing out like tables and chairs and things of that nature. So it looks like it might be an event. So it's pretty, I think it's pretty dope. By the way, this is Friday. It's getting ready to be Friday evening on a summer. So you know, a city like Nashville is going to have a lot of events. So I'm gonna stop for now, and I'm gonna go further into downtown. So I'll be right back with you guys momentarily. Over here in the south of Broadway section of downtown. Over here on Demonbraun Street. I think I'm pronouncing that right, Demonbraun or something like that. A little further up, I didn't get it on camera, but they had the Four Seasons Hotel, which looked like it was the Four Seasons Hotel with a few floors below. It was actually located within an office building, office tower, office skyscraper, however you want to describe it. Pretty dope right there. I think that's like a looks like a condo building right there. Yeah, the River House. So it looks like a lot of the music venues are like in this section of the city. As you can see right here, this is I don't know if I'm pronouncing this wrong, the Schermerhorn Symphony Center. So if you're into the symphony, if you're into the orchestra and violins and all those type of things, then this will be your little spot right here. We're gonna check out a show at this venue. Crossing this crosswalk right here. I think that's the Country Music Hall of Fame building right there. Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum building. Nashville is known for country music. They lit. Look at them. Man, it's like a city. This city's a lot of fun, man. Like, this is my first time ever being in Nashville. These people know how to party. Even during the day, the middle of the day, doesn't matter. But that's how you're supposed to, man. You're supposed to enjoy life. You only have one life to live. You gotta enjoy it to the fullest. Goes the AT&T building right there. This is probably like one of the most iconic buildings, skyscrapers in the like as far as the skyline of Nashville. If you see a skyline, this is probably the most prominent building you'll see in the skyline is this AT&T building right there. With those two pointy spires at each end. It's like they're doing road work right here, repaving these streets. Got to keep the streets nice and neat. That's an interesting name. Interesting name for a restaurant, Losers Bar and Grill. Another live music venue. Hello. Yeah. Goes the crowd as we get further and further into downtown. They wasn't lying when they said it's the Music City. I mean, it's really living up to its nickname. I'm telling you, Honky Tonk Central. Lake Show. Right across the street over there is the Margaritaville. Pretty much going to have a Margaritaville in every city where every major city pretty much has a Margaritaville, especially if it's like a touristy city. Music City Showcase looks like a souvenir shop. That's how you do it, the street performers. I got an Instagram, man. Luke's 32. bootleggers. I think they have a live band in there too.
Where are you gonna get that food?
Music City Gyros. Okay, so you got food trucks out here too. I mean, it's a perfect place to set up shop. I mean, it's a very during the summertime, it's a lot of tourists that come through here. So why not set up a food truck out here? Make that money, make that summertime money. But yeah, this is Broadway. We're coming towards the end of Broadway actually. I'm at the corner of Broadway and 2nd. I'm approaching Broadway and 1st, which is actually right by the riverfront, which is where I was at earlier. So I'm a reverse course. Over here is looks like a Hard Rock Cafe. I'm gonna take a little break, go grab some water, stay hydrated. Back over here by Broadway, and it's live here on a Friday afternoon in late July. There's a lot of restaurants and live music venues down on this stretch of road alone, or down in this district by itself. I see why they call it Broadway, because it reminds you of Broadway, I guess the southern version of Broadway in New York. To mention, right here is the Johnny Cash Museum. So that's a rock and roll, or excuse me, country music icon who's synonymous with Nashville. His name is Johnny Cash. And I did some research, by the way. I mean, this dude is so legendary, he has a museum. But I did some research to see if Cash was his actual last name, and that is, I thought it was just like a stage name. No, that's his actual government last name. Like, he was born J.R. Cash. Just a little fun fact. And here he is. He has a restaurant, Johnny Cash's Bar and Barbecue. Again, live music band over there.
Little man down yonder on a Chattahoochee.
Yep, all these live music bands. There goes another food truck. Weenie Fever also serves frozen lemonade. So if you're thirsty, stop by the Weenie Fever. If you're hungry or thirsty, stop by the Weenie Fever. Satisfy your hunger with a hot dog and cool off with some of their frozen lemonade. You're gonna need it in this extreme heat. Whenever you're trying to hydrate from heat, my best suggestion is ice cold water or frozen lemonade, or perhaps even a Gatorade. I wouldn't recommend sodas. Sodas are the worst when you're trying to quench your thirst or prevent from being dehydrated. Sodas shouldn't be dry. Like, sodas aren't good for you anyway, but When you're trying to quench your thirst after being too hot and cooling off from extreme heat, you need water. Water is the number one. So here we are at the west wing of the Schermerhorn Symphony Center. So again, it's I mentioned it earlier. Couple more food trucks over there in the parking lot. I don't know if you can tell right here, but this is right here is the Bridgestone headquarters building. So Nashville is the headquarters for Bridgestone tires. FYI. It's a Walk of Fame park right here. And here's a Hilton hotel. As you can see, understandably so, there's nobody out here in the Walk of Fame park because it is extremely hot and there's no shade over here. So yeah, when in this extreme heat, nobody wants to be out and exposed to the heat like this. It's 90, almost 100 degrees out here right now as we speak. Nobody wants to be in sweltering heat. Understandably so. You want to get as much shade as possible and drink as much water as possible. Stay hydrated. But here's a little benches right here where you can have a picnic, I guess, have a little picnic or whatnot. Weather permitting. Again, it's too hot for all of that today. It's too hot. This nationwide heat wave is really taking its toll.
That's where when we were here.
Here we are. Okay, right over here is the Music City Center. It's like another music venue. Again, it's the Music City Center. Now, This is actually a convention center. So it's where they have a lot of their convention centers, their conventions, a lot of big time events that come to the city. They come right here to the Music City Center. You know, exhibits and things of that nature. People just trying to promote their products or whatever the case may be. Conferences. You go right here. This venue right here. It's huge. It's huge. See? This building actually has only been here since 2013, so it's a 10-year-old venue. And right over here, this is the Bridgestone Arena. So if you're a sports fan, particularly hockey, this is where the Nashville Predators professional hockey team plays their home games. And it's also, not only is it a sports arena, it's also used for like concerts and other like big time events, you know. As you can see right here, this is the south of Broadway entrance right here. They go Jack Daniels, very popular in Nashville, one of their biggest sponsors. And here's a Jack Daniels bar right adjacent to the venue.
Where y'all headed?
Going down in the hole now.
So you can see that little weirdly shaped building right there is the JW Marriott Hotel. First Baptist Church. Here's more of the the Music City Center, Convention Center. Right here on Broadway is Embassy Suites. So right across from the Music City Center is Embassy Suites Hotel. So whenever you're in town for a convention and you want to conveniently stay somewhere convenient, easy access to the convention center, come stay at either the Embassy Suites or the JW Marriott. But make sure you book your hotel way in advance. First come, first serve. You know how that goes. Walk this way. And here is a little map of downtown. Just as I suspected, this downtown is huge. You can really get you a good workout walking around downtown Nashville. It's not like it's a few city blocks and that's it. there's still a lot more of the downtown to explore, but for now I'm gonna cut it short because there's still more of the city I would like to explore and get footage. But I'm approaching McGavick Street. Well, the battery is dying, so I'm gonna cut it short, get this last bit of footage until later on when I'm ready to resume. And here's First Baptist Church right here, by the way, before I go. First Baptist Church. It's an historic building right here on 7th Avenue in McGavick. This, you guys, is a replica of the Parthenon here in Nashville, Tennessee, the centerpiece of Centennial Park, which is about a couple of miles west of downtown. And again, here we are of the replica of the Parthenon, which the original building is based out of Athens, Greece. So it's a replica of the original building in Athens, Greece. And I had no idea that Nashville even had anything like this. I didn't know they had a sculpture like this. I just so happened to randomly run into this while I was kind of cruising around the city, exploring the city, and I came across the section around Vanderbilt University. Matter of fact, the campus is like right across the street from over here. So you can see a couple of buildings from the campus of the campus from this particular location right here in Centennial Park. But this is a pretty big park, by the way. It's a major city park, and as you can see, there's people just chilling, hanging out. You got some people out just chilling out on their blankets and taking in some of this sun. And a lot of people are trying to escape the sun because it's so incredibly hot out here. So a lot of people are just trying to get as much shade as possible. So there's plenty of shade actually on this part of the building over here of the Parthenon. And you got some individuals over here playing soccer right here. It's a statue. Not quite sure who that is. It's actually a pretty neat little park. Nicely cut grass. The groundskeeper does a really good job maintaining the grounds of this park. Some more. Yes.
Hey, what is that, Avi? Yeah. Oh my God, hi.
Pretty chill spot to come together and socialize and just take in nature. You know, walk the dog. Come, you know, you come ride your bicycle, rollerblade, whatever it is. You could just come over here and just have a pretty chill time. It's another little statue right over here. And inscribed right here are a lot of the many of the Confederate soldiers. There goes one of them holding a rifle right underneath this tree that has plenty of shade. And over here, this building over here looks like a visual performing arts center. Pretty cool to have close by, near all this green space, and also not far from the university, Vanderbilt University, that is. Well, I'm presently in the Music Row district, southwest of downtown Nashville. And right now I'm walking down Division Street at the corner of Division and 18th. And right here is the Baked Bear custom ice cream sandwich shop. So if you if you're into ice cream and you're in this area, come check out the Baked Bear. They got quite a bit of clientele at 9:30 at night, so it's a nice little place to grab some dessert. Bring your family, your significant other, whoever. Those are Embassy Suites right here. So in this district, there's like a lot of like luxury apartment buildings, condos, a lot of nightlife venues, bars, you name it, little restaurants, taverns, all that jazz. And over there is the Red Door Saloon. go to taxi cab. Tennessee taxi cab over there. Yeah, taxi cabs still do operate. Uber and Lyft hasn't completely put them out their misery, but they do have a lot of competition, that's for sure. And it's live out here on a Friday night. There goes another one of those pedal taverns. Saw quite a few of those earlier today in downtown. Now you see them over here, Music Row. Nathan's hot dog stand. There goes the slider house. There goes the Dogwood. See quite a few people coming out the Dogwood. Is another one of those live music venues. I'll check that out right there. Little race car. Oh shit. Oh look, the Velvet Taco. I didn't know they had one of these in Nashville. I didn't know this was a chain restaurant. Remember me and my cousin, shout out to my cousin. We went out, when I went visit her in Dallas, we actually went to a Velvet Taco joint in Dallas. I just did not know they had, I thought it was like exclusive to Dallas. I didn't know they had a chain. They had a chain of restaurants that existed outside of Dallas, but apparently they do. So shout out to Velvet Taco. I love their tacos. They have a huge variety. I'm a huge taco fan, so there's a huge variety of tacos at the Velvet Taco. I can't even remember what taco I had. It was so good. Went there twice actually when we were there. And for all my drinkers, there's a lot of bars over here. A lot of taverns and bars. So Velvet Taco is a good place to soak up all that alcohol. You could go out and have a night on the town and consume alcohol. Just don't over consume alcohol. You know, if you do, make sure you have a designated driver on hand who's 100% sober. You always want to have a designated driver, or you want to have your Uber on standby, something. Oh, another place, Kung Fu Saloon. And actually, it looks like over here they have a food truck. They have a bar, actually. That's pretty dope. In like a little truck. So it's pretty neat. Nice little music venue. Pretty live on a Friday night, so I can imagine how it's going to be on a Saturday night. Hell, people even party on Sunday nights, man. People have no boundaries anymore, man. It's just that people mostly be lit on Fridays and Saturday nights because they know they don't have to go to work the next morning. That's most people. Go a pizza spot over here. Two Boots Pizza, I think it is. They got a lot of neat restaurants over here on Music Row. So next time you're in Nashville, come check out Music Row. I'm the type of person, like, you know, I like to explore more than just the downtown of cities. I like to go to like different other districts where there are more like mom and pop stores, you know, as opposed to a lot of the like chains restaurants and like, you know, up like a lot of the like commercialized spots. I like the mom and pop establishments as well, and there's a lot of that out here in Music Row. So we kind of got away from everything, but there's still a few little spots over here. This looks like this might be an office building right here. This I don't know if this is, it looks like a bar called Backstage. If you know what that is, all my Nashvillians, people that's from Nashville, whatever you call yourselves, the Nashville natives, if you know what Backstage is, or people that, the frequent visitors, if you know what that is, please drop it off in the comment section. It looks like it's attached to a hotel or a apartment building. I'm not sure. But it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of residential areas and a lot of live music venues out here as well. So now we're at the corner of 20th and Grand. So here pretty soon I'm gonna be making my way back to my vehicle and calling it a night, heading back home. I wonder what this building is. It might be a church building. I'm not sure. Looks like an old historical building. I'm about to find out. Looks like there's a sign over here. Called the Denman building. Oh, so it is a church. It has a little cross right there, logo. So it looks like a church. Okay. They do a really good job of maintaining these historical buildings. You know, of course they're old. They're obviously old, but they do a good job of preserving them. These buildings have to be like well over 100 years old. So it looks like, I think that's part of the Vanderbilt campus over here, if I'm not mistaken. So looks like the university extends over into Music Row. Pretty interesting. But yeah, people, not much more to see here. I pretty much went to the epicenter of Music Row, where all the bars and all the entertainment was located. So it's not much going on out here right now. We're here at 19th and Grand. I think this is still part of that church, that Denman building. It's a big church. It's a huge church. It's the upper room chapel right here, according to this little sign right here. I need to give me a light for this thing so I can see. I don't want to get anything too blind. I don't want to blind you know, anybody. But if it's in a well-lit area, I'll be okay. I wouldn't really need it, but this is, you know, I'm really relying on the street lights right here. It's not giving me a whole lot to work with lighting wise, so I need to get something like a light or something to attach to this bad boy. So it's not getting much lighting off the camera, but I'm fully aware myself. I can see everything around me. You know, my antennas are always up. You know, I know how to navigate. I know how to navigate the streets at night. Done it several times in my life, so it's no problem for me. I'll be my head, my eyes be all over the place. You can call me like a little rotating surveillance camera. You just have to be aware of your surroundings at all times. You know, not everybody feels comfortable walking along at night. I've done it several times before, and I'm always looking out. I'm always my antennas stay up. So now here we go. We're into more light. You know, you just have to be a lot more careful when there's less lighting out than as opposed to when there's more light. When there's more light, you know, you can see a lot more what's going on around you. Round hill music. I wonder what this building is. So we're more like in a residential neighborhood now. Made it back to my car by accident. I wasn't even looking for my car, but here we are. So yeah, so I'm getting ready to conclude this video and conclude this trip overall to Nashville. It's been a lot of fun today. I thank God for a safe passage, and I pray for safe passage back home on my 2-hour ride back to Huntsville. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and here I go. I'm getting ready to head into my vehicle, my old Expedition. I think I pronounced it right, but either way, until next time, people, thanks for watching. I'm out. This is P9 signing off.